You didn't know that Pushkin faked his death, moved to Paris, and was writing under the pseudonym Alexander Dumas. Shocked, right? You're not alone. This theory is like a storm, and that is what we like. Proving others are wrong. We are wired to show off our knowledge, and that is something that brings a lot of color to the chat. It's a simple human behavior that can turn a boring conversation into an exciting adventure. Sit tight, we have a lot to talk. Think about this. Someone says, aliens sink the Titanic. How would you react? You'd probably laugh at this weird idea, try to explain the real history of the ship, and try to prove that aliens has nothing to do with this, if aliens even exist. And you're right. But wait, why did you feel a need to prove anything? The answer is pretty simple. We, the people, like to make sense of the world from our perspective of what is right and what is wrong. That's why we feel need to correct others. And this feeling is so strong that we cannot do anything to change this behavior. Sometimes this feeling can make us do things we didn't plan to do. There was an experiment in the United States when a professor at university was intentionally doing mistakes in his lecture and skipping parts of information. And apparently students start paying more attention trying to find those mistakes and point to the missing part of information. Well, experiment paid off because 80% of the students passed the exam. The same trick can help you to keep the conversation going, and you can get even more information than the person was planning to share with you. It's called Cunningham law. Cunningham law is a funny phrase said by Ward Cunningham about online behavior. Apparently, the only correct way to get an answer on the internet is not ask the question, but to give the wrong answer. Definitely there will be plenty of people trying to prove you wrong. If I'm not mistaken, the same trick was used in the movie Sherlock. People don't like telling you things. People love to contradict you. A little bit earlier, 2500 years ago, the Greek philosopher Socrates was using this trick. He was doubting his opponent's knowledge, and this created a lot of disputes when they were trying to prove they are right. People usually are not interested to be helpful. What they're interested is to gain the status of the smartest person in the room. And this is probably the best definition of Cunningham law. Okay, now the juicy part. How can we use the Cunningham law and why the fuck do we need it? There was an experiment in kindergarten in Japan. Teacher was showing a photo of animals to the kids and asking what animal is there. Kids were ignoring, laughing, changing the topic, not answering the question. Another day, teacher was showing the photo of an elephant, for example, and was saying, this is giraffe. Kids immediately start correcting the teacher. And please, don't tell me kids are stupid and they fall for such a trick that easily. The same trick works for adults. If you tell someone, you're an engineer, please tell me about your job. They probably will give you some dry facts, right? Nothing interesting. Now, try this. Oh, you're an engineer, so you know how to fix printers. A person will be triggered to prove how wrong you are, and that is not what engineers do, and he will tell you a lot of details what exactly engineers do and don't. You just need to support the conversation with the questions, are you sure? And the person will give you more and more and more information. There's actually one case when Cunningham law doesn't work, is when your opponent is very tolerant to the people's ignorance. Like, you're stupid, you don't know this, you have right. Then Cunningham law doesn't work, but that's like very rare. Not that much people are tolerant to the people's ignorance. Knowledge is the power, and typically people are inclined to engage into the conversation where they can show their power, when they can show their superior. And that's great, because debate can turn an exchange of words into fact-rich conversation, even if it starts with a little bit of manipulation. Thank you for watching. By the way, I really find the theory how Pushkin faked his death, moved to Paris, and was writing under the pseudonym Alexander Dumas very amusing and very amazing, and I feel so sorry that this is not true. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Shit. Nice.